Hi everybody, how's your summer? I hope you are having an amazing time. I know many of you are getting ready to start clinicals for your first time ever. You know, you're finally in that nursing program and you're excited, yet you're a little panicky at the same time, and I completely understand, as I have just finished my first semester and I will start my second semester here in a few weeks, the end of August. I actually start school August 26th. So I thought you all have really loved the tips I gave you in my last video series. It was a 3-step video of advice for new nursing students, but I thought now I would go a little deeper so you guys are a little bit prepared. Your first week, especially your first couple of days, things are just going to be thrown at you, and they know you don't know anything yet, but I just thought I might help you out a little bit, so when they start talking about different things, you're going to have an idea like, yeah, okay, I know what this is, you know. And so the first one, I'm calling this video series Student Nurse Bootcamp, and I just mean that because I just have like 4 weeks to get you guys ready with just some basic things, like I said, that I think you would benefit from knowing kind of ahead of time, or at least getting familiar with it. And you can go more in depth on your own if you want to. But the first video, today's video, is what do I need to bring to clinicals? Now every school's different, but this is what I found personally helpful, or what I figured out that I needed to bring, and such. So I'm just passing it off with you. I have need to bring items, and then I have a few things that are just kind of extra nice to have. First thing is a folder, obviously. And I got this one at Walmart. It's just a little green one. I liked this one though, and they do have them there still. I got this a year or two ago, but I just saw them the other day. And it's plastic, and it has folders on, or pockets on both sides. But in the beginning, I like this one because it could be your clinical folder if you have more than one. You'll eventually have more than one clinical setting in a week. When we started off, we didn't even have clinicals our first 3 weeks. And then we were in the long-term care facility. And then our second 8 weeks of our first semester, we were in mental health. That was the clinical setting, and peds/maternity. That was the clinical setting. So I have my mental health stuff here and my peds maternity stuff there. So this is made by 5-star, or by me, 5-star, and very good folder to have. Our instructors on Blackboard had us print out kind of like paperwork, things that they wanted you to find through your client's chart, you know, your patient's chart, to make up your concept map or whatever project they have, or assignment that they have you do. So I would make up a couple copies, staple them, and put them in that folder ahead of time. And I made enough for the few weeks that I was going to be there, because you do a new one each week with your patient. But I also made a couple extra in case a classmate accidentally forgot theirs. You know, things happen. Computers quit, or they run out of paper or ink or whatever. So I always had a couple extra. Another thing, you're going to want like a little pocket notebook. This, as big as it looks, this fit perfectly in my scrubs pocket. I had scrubs that had 2 lower pockets, so this fit on one side. That way, because a lot of places you go, you're only going to have like a little storage closet or something to put your stuff in, or maybe an office that you guys can put your belongings in. So you're not going to have a whole bunch of room to, like, don't bring your roller backpacks. That's what I'm just trying to say. Don't bring everything you have for school. But, you know, it's not very feasible to bring a big folder around to your patient's room and such. So this was perfect to pull out of my pocket. Questions I knew I needed that... Sorry. I was a little too rough with the table and my iPhone fell over. Sorry about that. So I would pre-write them down in here, then, you know, fill out the vitals, all the information and other things they wanted me to check out, and then I put it in here and just transferred it to my paperwork later if we had a moment to do so. So this went in there, and I want you to know, or get used to the idea, that when you do start writing things down about your client, never use their full name. We used initials, or we used a room number, because HIPAA violation, if this gets lost or something, or, you know, someone picks it up, then there's their name and all their personal information and what's wrong with them, and it's a HIPAA violation. So, you know, try and be sensitive to that. Okay, next thing I suggest is your, well, not suggest, you need it, is your stethoscope. Okay, you can't do any assessments, you can't take your vitals without your stethoscope, right? So I have this one. This one's my Littman. I also have I don't want to say a lower end one, but one that's not quite as expensive. I use this one, but I still brought my other one, again, in case a classmate ran out of the house really quick and, you know, they were running late or something and forgot things. That brings me to a point of pack your bag the night before ahead of time. In the description bar, I will make a list of everything I mentioned in here. So if you want to copy that off or something, and I just kept that list on the little console table by my front door. And so the night before I would just run through and make sure I had everything. And it was packed in case, never happened, but knock on wood, you know, an alarm may not go off, or you might forget to set it, or you just woke up late, turned your alarm off, rolled back over and fell asleep. So if you have to run out the door, you don't have to search your house for everything at the last minute. So that's a very important tip. So pack your bag the night before and leave it by your front door. Good tip. Okay, so stethoscope. As far as a blood pressure cuff in the long-term care facility or the nursing homes, they asked us not to bring ours in. Why? I'm not quite for sure, but we use theirs. And when we were in peds and maternity, we had the roll vitals cart thing, so we used that. So I still brought my blood pressure cuff. You don't have to. I never ended up using it during that time. But I know for those, so get with your instructor. They'll give you a list of things that they want you to bring. Next thing I had was, I bought this pocket thing. I think it was from allheart.com. And I want to say it was anywhere between $8 and $14. I don't really remember. It came with the scissors, and it came with a Penlight. You don't need one of these, but the reason I like it is because everything is here. I put it in my other pocket in my scrubs, and then when I get home, I pull it out and I put it in the bag that I designate just for clinicals. So in here, I have, oh, my Sharpie. I used my Sharpie earlier. So I have the scissors, I have a pencil, I have a Penlight, and I also bring an extra Penlight because sometimes batteries die and you can't, again, do an assessment without one. A highlighter, a black pen, and then I also had a black Sharpie, and it came in handy. I didn't use it for any clinical reasons, but we'd write our name on stuff, you know, our books or our water bottles or whatever. People are like, Robin, I know you have that Sharpie, can I borrow it? I'm like, sure. Another reason I like that is this right here is perfect to fit, you know, a bank card or a credit card or something. So when we were in the hospital, we would go down and eat lunch together, and I was just able to slide my cash or my card in there. And then there's also a Velcro pocket. So in there I have change, obviously. And then there's a little clip here if you just want to put your car key, your one car key, that would work. So, like I said, this was very nice because I just took it out of my pocket when I got home, put it in the bag designated for clinicals, and then I didn't have to pack it and repack it every time. All that stuff stayed in there. Okay, a bottle of water. You can't carry it around on the floor with you, but if you get a few minutes, you can run to that little office or storage shed, storage closet, you know, or wherever your things are, and, you know, take a sip or two. Make sure you put your name on it, and you have to stay hydrated. Another thing I highly suggest are glasses. If you wear them, and especially if you need them for a reading, be sure to have them or you're not going to be much use to yourself. Bring your student ID. We had to have our student ID, and we also had to have our CPR card. Our instructors would send us home if we didn't have it. That means you're not prepared. Okay, so make sure you're prepared. This is part of your uniform. Make sure you have it. Also, we were told we weren't allowed lanyards. Because, well, it makes sense if you think about it. You know, you're leaning over patients, they could grab it, or, you know, it could get caught on something and you're choking yourself. So, these, you can get these at Staples, Walmart, anywhere. They're, at Walmart, they're a pack of 4. And maybe around $4 or $5. I don't think it was that much. And then these little plastic things are right next to it, and they're very inexpensive. I think you can get like 10 in a pack for $1 or $2. So be sure you have your ID. It is part of your uniform. Okay, I always like these little pouches of Kleenex, and I just like them because they're very thin and they go down into my pocket well. Absolutely, you can just pull some Kleenex out of your tissue box at home and fold them up and stick them in your pocket. But if you're going to offer it to someone, you know, it's just nice. They know they're getting a clean Kleenex, but that's my thing. Breath spray. Hello, it's early in the morning. Hopefully you've brushed your teeth. Brush your teeth before you go to clinicals, but you can't chew gum, and your patients are already feeling bad. No need to put them through anything worse. So, you know, it's just very thin. You know, spray a spray or two, put it back in your pocket, and go on your merry way. I think with mints, sometimes it can, I don't know, get a little noisy. It's something that can accidentally fall out your mouth, and I don't know. I just am recommending. This is made by Listerine, and you can get it at Walmart, Target, anywhere. If it's not where you check out, definitely back in the dental care aisle where you buy your toothbrush and things like that. And you have to have a watch with a second hand. This one I got as a gift from my daughter from Nursemates. She just got it at our uniform place here, where I can buy scrubs and stuff, and I really like this one also because it has the military time as well, and that's what the hospitals use, so I don't have to really counteract. Well, I know military time anyway, we were military, but it's on there and it's really nice to have, but you need it with the second hand to do your assessments. Do you need all white? I think that might depend on your school. All of us wore white band watches, and I think with the links, you know how sometimes it pinches you, and if you're in a nursing care facility, their skin is very thin and fragile as it is, so you don't want to accidentally pinch or scratch them either. So that's the only reason why I would recommend getting a band watch, so keep that in mind. And then, of course, I'm not going to show it on video, but girls, bring your girly stuff in case, you know, you're in nursing school and stress and things happen, and sometimes your body goes out of whack and you never know when it's going to decide to go back into whack. So just make sure you're prepared with that, especially if you have to wear white pants, because that would just be devastating for you, and I would not want that to happen to you. So keep a couple of those in your bag. Now the rest of these are nice to have items. Definitely, I always had a little mini lint roller. I do have animals, but I make sure, you know, that I'm clean, you know, I don't have dog hair on me and my scrubs are clean, but still, just in case if your sweater sheds or something, it just makes you look nice. And some of my classmates have used it too, so I really like that. And it's really tiny and small, so it'll fit anywhere. I also brought a couple extra hair ties or hair clips. Sometimes, you know, we'd wear a ponytail and that would be okay, but most times they want your hair off your collar. So, I don't know, I just had extra just in case, whatever. A snack, if you have that minute to run back and get a drink of water, it would be beneficial for you, you know, to take a bite of something, just because you're up early, more than likely. You ran out of the house before you had time to make breakfast, unless you're just very organized and ahead of time and, you know, whatever. But, you know, something small like trail mix or a granola bar, fruit bar, whatever. That would be good. A piece of fruit, banana, something like that. So I think this is less messy in case you can't eat the whole banana. I would always have some Excedrin or Tylenol or ibuprofen. And I always have chapstick in my pants pocket. I can't live without it. So, but that's not a need to have, but it's a nice to have. And then again, because especially in the beginning and you're nervous and you're up early and, you know, your clinical instructors are asking you things and you're actually putting your hands on bodies now, and you just get really hot with doing the bed baths and everything. It wouldn't hurt to have a little travel size deodorant or something in your bag. I don't know, again, that's optional, but if you can reapply, you might feel a little bit better. Calculator, I never really used one yet, but I never wanted to be without one just in case, so it's very small and compact. And then as far as books, my classmates and I, we would, at first everybody was bringing a lot of books, and it was just too much, taking up too much room and everything. So a couple of us would say, hey, we'll bring our nursing diagnosis book, and then a couple of us would bring our Tabor's medical dictionary. That came in very handy. And then a couple of us would bring, you know, another source. So like these pocket guides are very nice to bring. This stuff would be in your bag in the storage closet or whatever, and then when they gave you that few minutes to look through their through the computer for the medical chart and stuff, that's when we would and to work on our assignment, that's when we would pull out these books or whatever. So something like this nursing diagnosis handbook is very good to have. And like I said, believe it or not, Tabor's medical dictionary, I'm going to go through that in another video, but Tabor's medical dictionary is a wonderful source for very many things, a lot of things, not just for giving definitions of medical terminology. There's lots of things in there that are beneficial. So I think I covered everything. And you know, you don't really need a big bag. This is just like a little grocery bag, but I just brought this out because all of this stuff fits in here really easy. There's still room left, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. So just know that, you know, this is really all you need. If you want to pack and unpack the school bag that you take all the time, that's okay, but I just like to keep everything together in a separate bag that I don't need to pack and unpack all the time. So, like I said, I have other videos in this series that I'm making so you guys can be ahead of the game before you start clinicals. And if you have any specific, I don't want to tell what I'm doing right now, but if you have any specific ones, maybe you know, just holler and I'll, you know, answer your questions. But with you guys not being in clinicals yet, I know that these are things that you're not probably thinking about or know to ask. So I really hope you love this idea, and you'll be seeing me. So again, congratulations to everybody who's going to be starting their clinicals, or who's just starting prereqs, or who just graduated. Congratulations to everybody, and welcome to my new subscribers, and thank you, and I love you so much to my old faithful subscribers. You guys mean the world to me. I do this for you, and just know that all the sweet messages you guys give me just really help keep me going, and know that I have people on my side, you know, besides my family and close friends, but you guys are my family. You're an extension of my family, and I truly mean that. And I really love to listen and hear about everything you're going through. I'm so happy for you when you guys are happy, and I feel sad for you when you guys are sad, but just know, just keep plugging along. Don't ever let anybody tell you you can't do anything, and just have faith in yourself and enjoy this process. Even the hard times, enjoy it, because it's all about the journey. It's all about the journey. So I'll leave you with that, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.